from My News 26 and CCTV. It's high school football, coming to you this season from schools throughout the region. This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
All right, welcome back everybody to Veterans Memorial Stadium. Cam Selleck along with Bill Dooley getting ready to bring you the game, the homecoming game for Cadillac. And actually, Cam, it's turned out to be almost a perfect night for football.
It is. It's perfect. It's a little chilly, but looks like it's going to stay dry out here, which is important.
We've got a slight breeze coming straight out of the west, so that's really not going to benefit one team or the other. Cam, looking, we talked a little bit in the pregame about the importance of this game. Gaylord standing at 4-1, with a 9-game schedule. This is the one they want to win right here, so that they have 3 games left to get that magical 6, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're heading into the second half of the season, or we're in the second half of the season, and now playoffs are on everybody's mind. And every game at this point moving forward is important, not that the other ones aren't. So yeah, both teams tonight are looking to get that win.
What are some of the keys, Cam, looking at starting off with the visiting Gaylord Blue Devils for them?
Well, I think just like we talked in pregame, the offensive line. We know both teams coming into this game are power run, or they run the ball a lot. So winning the battle up front, offensive and defensive line, that's where you're going to win the game. Other than that, for Cadillac, I think they need to control the time of possession. As much as they can keep Gaylord's offense on the sideline, they're going to have a better chance at getting a W tonight.
Yeah, looking at Gaylord, they have Ryan Stefanski comes in as their senior quarterback. Ryan is a threat to run the ball, throw the ball. Cade Foster, the big fullback, he also is a linebacker. You were mentioning, Cam, they had some injuries in the last game, right?
Yeah, well, the article I read, it looked like they had 5 starters go down in their last game. Some minor injuries, but the article I had read said that Matt Wilson, who I believe is on the offensive line and he plays linebacker on defense, may have broke his wrist.
Yeah, so that could be a big loss for them, because I know the scouting reports were, showing Matt Wilson as being one of their big defensive players. So if he's out, that definitely will hurt. We didn't see him in warm-ups. Okay, now for the Cadillac Vikings, Cam, if you want to go ahead. Okay. Number 55, senior Ryan Cox. He's a captain. Junior, number 70, Dakota Simerson, 6'2". Senior, number 65, Ethan Pritchard. He is also a captain. Junior, number 44, Isaac Hyde, 5'11". And your quarterback, junior, number 48, Tip Baker. He is also a captain. Junior, number 12, 5'10", Julian Lamond. Senior, linebacker, number 60, Owen Klaus. And Daniel Gray, number 22, a sophomore, 5'10". Number 43, senior Matthew Green. Number 9, senior Cole Flint. Number 42, a junior, Alec Barczewski. And the rest of the Viking team. We've got the Cadillac High School Marching Band out at midfield. And the head coach is Cody Mallory for the Cadillac Vikings.
Good evening and welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium, the home of your Cadillac Vikings.
Our PA announcer tonight is Jason Johnston. Cam, big night tonight for especially for the high school, for all the different grades, the floats, the parade we just had, and we'll be showing that at halftime as far as some of the festivities too.
And continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy.
Well, we want to honor all of those men and women that have fought for our country.
Active and retired military, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute. And everyone able, please stand at attention. Place your
Now,
hand over your heart.
our national anthem, led by Mr. Mike Filkins.
Under the directions of Mr. Mike Filkins and Ms. Caitlin Adams, perform tonight's national anthem.
Rendition of our national anthem by the Cadillac High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Mike Filkins. And that'll get your heart going. We are just moments away from the opening kickoff as soon as they clear the field, but what a great scene here too, Cam. Looking out here at the press box, you got the lake in the background, lights are on, just a beautiful setting here in Cadillac.
Well, it's, you know, it really is a great setting. You know, I don't think anybody else in the Big North has a setup like this with the lake, you know, the field. And you know, we got a pretty full crowd here tonight too.
Yeah, they're still piling in, and we want to mention our referee crew tonight: Brian Travis, Mitch Leslie, Bill Case, Scott Paremba, and Jan Veliquet. Those are our officials for tonight's game. Last week, the Gaylord Blue Devils lost a 28-0 contest to Traverse City Central, and Cadillac lost a close one to Godwin Heights, the Fighting Wolverines. That was a great game as the Wolverines came back and won it with a couple minutes left in the game. That was a tale of two teams on that one. Cadillac dominated the first half and Godwin Heights second half.
Well, and I think it's always a good little test. You know, I saw they went into halftime with a, I think, 21-6 lead, and you know, part of football is bouncing back from adversity.
Yep.
So what kind of game plan and what kind of mentality are they going to come out and play against the Gaylord Blue Devils?
All right, Ryan Stefanski, number 1, will kick it off for the Blue Devils. The Vikings taking it is number 43, Matthew Green, at his 20. At the 25, he's wrapped up there by Cade Foster, and that's where the Vikings will start their offense on the 24. So the Vikings, Cam, explain a little bit about their offense.
Well, I know they run some rendition of a veer option. So, you know, mainly they're going to be looking to run the ball. The big thing I don't want to say the most important person on the field, but Tip Baker, the quarterback, has got a lot of responsibilities tonight. He's going to have to make quick reads on the offensive line and then play off of that.
Yep. All right, Cadillac comes up to the line. Tip Baker under center. He's got Barshevsky. And this is what they'll do in the triple option. They'll have some movement. They'll stop, reset. Barshevsky in motion. Pass out to Matthew Green at the 25. Green is wrapped up there. He's got a couple taken down by number 14, Caleb Horton. And I think number 4 was at James Miller. New uniforms too, Cam, for Gaylord. I think this season is the new white jerseys.
And I saw the helmet changed a little bit. Same kind of design, but
yep,
pretty slick actually.
Yeah, no, they look nice. The Vikings now with a 2nd down and 8. Baker will keep it, and he's tripped up there at the 30. Good tackle by James Miller, the senior, 6'1", 220.
A really good open field tackle there. I mean, if Tip can get by him, he's got some running room.
Vikings right away with a 3rd down and 5 at the 30. Just underway here from Cadillac. The Vikings and the Blue Devils. It is homecoming night for the Cadillac Vikings. Tip Baker pitches it out to Barshevsky. Barshevsky has some space, and he's got the 1st down up over the 36.
He had a great read on the inside play there. Was able to get a quick pitch out to his running back and picked up a pretty good gain there.
Cade Foster, number 16, made the tackle for the Blue Devils. So the sticks are moved, and the Vikings, it's always good to get that first down. There's a flag. I think we had some procedure. So they'll mark them back 5 yards. It'll be 1st down and 15, and that's one of the things with that, with the movement and stuff. If you get 2 people moving at the same time, you can get some flags going.
Yeah, absolutely. And with this Veer offense, the offensive line is, we talked about that first step. They're going to try to beat that defensive line on that first step. So as quick as they can get off the ball, the better. But sometimes they move too quick.
This time, Baker inside. He's got some space, breaking to the outside on the left, and he's finally taken down by a couple Blue Devils, but he's got a 1st down.
And great effort on the run. He had a nice read, followed the running back right up the hole, and was able to get some extra yardage just out of pure strength.
Yeah, Cade Foster and a couple other Blue Devils were holding on, but he's a tough runner, and he has been a super player for the Vikings this year. So Ethan Pritchard, number 65, the center for the Vikings, brings the troops up. Baker pitches it out wide, and he's going to be taken down for a loss. Is that Noah Cochran, number 20? Excuse me, that is number 26 for Cadillac. That's David Platt Jr. Okay.
Number 7 with the tackle for Gaylord, Demetrius Miller.
Demetrius, 6'2", 205.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and he's going to play that outside. It almost looks like he's lining up in like an outside backer, and I would imagine he's going to be keying on Tip Baker for the majority of the night.
Yeah, really, you've got one linebacker in the middle. Baker, he's got some space now. Baker at the 50, at the 45, at the 40. Baker is breaking down the sidelines. He's at the 20. Baker is hauled down at the 13-yard line. What a run by Baker, tackled by number 14, Caleb Wharton.
The offense is looking good right now. I mean, Tip, it's going to start with Tip. If he can make the right reads and get ball going north and south or north, we can get chunks of yards. One of the keys that I always look for in a football game is who's going to make big plays. And you're talking for plays 25 yards or more. These are your momentum swingers, and they're going to put you into the red zone to hopefully put some points on the board.
Baker up to the line. He'll keep it again, and this time no going. He's swarmed under there, led by James Miller of the Blue Devils.
It looked like we may have had a little confusion. We had Tip going one way and his running back going the other way.
So 2nd and 9 from the, we'll call it the 13-yard line? They've got the 17, but Cam, it's located, I want to say, on the 12 or 13. Baker will keep. Baker's got some space. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Untouched, Cam.
Great run by Tip. And what we're going to see tonight, I can already see it, is their outside backer is keying on the pitch back. So if Tip is, when he's coming off that line of scrimmage, if that guy's not going to commit to him, he's going to go up the field just like he did there.
And Libby Lloyd, number 10, who's one of our player profiles of the game, is going to set up for the extra point, and she is perfect so far this year, Cam, 4 for 4. Barshevsky will hold. Barshevsky looking to pass now. He has nothing there. He goes back against the grain, and it'll fall harmlessly, so the extra point attempt fails for the Vikings, and it is 6-0 at the 8:58 mark of the first quarter. And Cam, why don't we get our sponsors in here?
Sure. We'd like to thank the following sponsors tonight for helping out bring high school football action to 26 Sports and CCTV. Cadillac Casting, Fox Motors of Cadillac, Pizza Plus, Cadillac Tire, LC Material, Doug Glass, and Evergreen Home Realty of Gaylord.
All right, the Vikings strike first on a run by Tip Baker, and Tip Baker had the big play also on I think it was a 35-yard dash down the right sideline. So led by Baker. Cole Flint will kick off for the Vikings.
Well, and that's the way you want to start a game. You know, the opening drive is always tough. You know, you're not quite into the rhythm of the game, but if you can establish a solid game plan, solid run, march your way down the field, get into the end zone.
17 is Jacob Cleaver, and it'll go over on the right side. Gaylord, number 16, is Cade Foster, and he kind of picks his way up to the 37-yard line, so a decent return for the Blue Devils, and they will go to work. All right. We want to give a shout-out for the Gaylord side, Jan and Tom Harrington. I know that they tune in once in a while and watch the game. Tom's a big sports nut up there in Gaylord. So Ryan Stefanski, number 1, he's got hand off to the I-back. That's Cade Foster. Vikings do a good job wrapping that up. Number 70, that's Dakota Simerson. And he will be featured as one of our player profiles too. Good tackle by Dakota.
And it looks like Gaylord's going to try to come out and push the tempo here. They went no huddle and right up to the line of scrimmage.
I didn't see a flag, just blowing it down. Maybe the referees weren't set. I'm not sure. Oh, we got an equipment on Ethan Pritchard. His shoulder pad needs some little repair, so stepping in for him, Cam, number 66. Who is that for the Vikings?
Kyle Perry, Jr.
Kyle Perry, okay.
Listed at 5'11". Looks like he's playing on the interior line.
The give is to Foster. Foster's got some running space up the middle. I think he's got 4 or 5 yards, so it's going to make it third and about 3 or 4.
And one of the big things that for Cadillac we're going to want to watch is that defensive line. If we can make contact at the line of scrimmage or maybe a yard in, then our linebackers and D-backs can make tackles downhill. I have a feeling we don't want to get in a race with these guys down the field.
That was James Miller on a nice run right up the middle, and that'll be a first down for the Blue Devils. And they are over midfield into Cadillac territory. Coming out of the game is number 17, that's Jacob Cleaver.
Jacob's one of the guys I keyed in on when I was looking up some stuff. He's a big play guy. We'll look for him. You know, maybe Gaylord will take a shot downfield with him as the game goes on.
Percival, number 88, is split out wide to the right. The pitch is to Foster on the right side. The Vikings are stringing it out nicely, but Foster still plows his way forward for almost 5. Didn't think there was anything there.
There wasn't much, but we talked about those pulling linemen. They had a couple big boys running to the outside, and they'll take 4 yards every time.
And just like Nick Swiger was saying, those guys, they get out there, all they have to do is give him a little seam, and then he'll read that and pick up a couple yards. All right, it is 2nd down and 6 on the Cadillac 44-yard line. 6-0, the Vikings with the early lead. We've got Cleaver out to the left and Percival to the right. Stefanski will give it to Foster. Foster is snowed under there by the Vikings and Ryan Cox and Dakota Simerson and Daniel Gray and Tip Baker.
It's a great defensive play, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. If we can make contact at the line of scrimmage, it gives our linebackers and DBs the ability to come in and make that team or gang tackle.
And they're running that formation, Cam, with 2 backs and then another back behind that. Would you call that the power I or not?
I don't know what they really call it. Really, they're kind of trading a tight end or an H-back just for another fullback.
Yeah. Here's an I formation right here. Rolling out to the right is Stefanski. Stefanski, he's going to keep it. He's got some yardage. He's got a first down all the way to the 35. Good read by Stefanski.
Great great athletic play. He got out of the pocket. The play had broke down. He kept his eyes downfield, but was able to make a play with his legs.
So, first down for the Blue Devils. They got a nice drive going right here, trying to answer the Vikings. Gaylord, as we said, comes in 4-1. The Vikings 1-4, but I tell you what, that's a deceiving record for the Vikings. They've had a lot of close games against some good teams. Viking defense now digging in at their own 35-yard line. The give is to Cade Foster, and he's got a nice chunk up the middle. Taken there by Tip Baker, the Vikings, and also it looks like 42, Alec Barszewski. And our first player profile, we'll just give a heads up to our crew, is going to be Dakota Simerson, who's been in on a couple tackles already. So as soon as we get a little break in the action, we'll get Dakota going here. It is now 2nd down and 5 from the 30. They've got Percival out to the left, and it's going to be a keeper by Stefanski. Coming up is Barszewski, and he'll force him wide, and finishing off that tackle is Daniel Gray.
A good defensive play. I mean, you really tried to break down. What they teach you is to get that edge on offense is run to the numbers and then go north and south. On defense, if you can keep pushing them, use that out of bounds as an extra defender, and that's what he did. It's a good play.
So it is 3rd down and 4, an important 3rd down here, but you would think this could be 4-down territory. I know they do have a really good kicker in Corey Deere, the sophomore. He blasted a 31-yarder last week, I believe, for the Blue Devils. So Stefanski has got Foster and also James Miller in the backfield with him, with Percival split out to the right. Here's the give to Miller. Miller up to the very close to the sticks. I think he might have it.
It's going to be close. They might take a measurement on this one.
Let's see if the referees call for a measurement. Cam, while we have a second, why don't we get our first player profile?
Sure. We have Dakota Simerson, Jr., wearing number 70. Dakota's parents are Laura and Everett Simerson, and he has one younger brother, Nick. Besides playing football, Dakota likes to run track, and he's also on the swim team. Dakota likes to volunteer. He volunteers with Relay for Life. In his spare time, he likes to work out and swim. And after high school, Dakota plans on attending college, hopefully to play football or go into the military. Congratulations to Dakota on being one of our player profiles for tonight's game.
All right, and during that last play, Ryan Stefanski on the keeper was able to get the first down as he picked up a yard, and the chain game's going to move it down a little bit, so it's going to be 1st down on the 24-yard line, and they're chewing up some time on this one too, Cam.
And that's a big decision early in the game. I know they're in 4th down territory, but that 1 yard can be difficult down here. But on the other end, they still got the ball. They're moving, and they're getting close to that red zone where you want to be. Now, I know last week against Traverse City, Gaylord had a lot of difficulty in the red zone. I think they had five opportunities in the red zone and came up empty-handed every time.
Wow. So they were moving the ball, just couldn't get the finishing work. Now, I think the referees noticed another equipment situation there, so they blew the whistle and get another personnel in for the Blue Devils. 1st down and 10, and when we get a chance, we want to name some of the linemen for the Vikings. We've got of course, Ethan Pritchard, who's looking like he's lined up at nose guard. Dakota Simerson up there, too, on that line. Here's a pitch out wide, and that is Stefanski. Flag on the play. Could be in the holding area.
For that play, they had number 4, James Miller, who's listed as their fullback linebacker. He was under center, and he gave the pitch out to Stefanski.
And it is a holding on the Blue Devils, so that'll cost them some valuable yardage here. They'll march it back to the 33-yard line, where it's going to be 1st down and, well, about 18, because it's a spot foul for holding. They're going to call it 1st and 20. You are watching high school football action on 26 Sports and CCTV. Cam Selleck and Bill Dooley bringing the action from beautiful Veterans Memorial Stadium. Stefanski with a Foster off to his left and Miller up. Here's a look pass to the left. He's going to take it right up the middle, and he stays on his feet, loses a shoe, I think, or a brace. I'm not sure what it is.
I think that was his hand warmer, actually.
Okay.
So nice play. They had a design quarterback draw there. You can see he faked the pass out to the wide out and set up nicely with a nice gaping hole up the middle to get, what did he pick up, about 10 yards?
Yeah, about 10. So it's 2nd down and 10. They gain back the penalty yardage. Got Percival and Cleaver split out wide. The give is to Foster. A reverse to Cleaver. He's got some space on the left side. Cleaver is down to the 15, where the Vikings, Barshevsky, and also number 40, that is Colin Johnston, the freshman, in on the tackle.
And a nice reverse play there. They really got the defense to bite on that initial play going to the right side, and Cleaver came around on the end reverse. It's really important on the defensive side of ball to play your assignments. If you're just ball hawking, you're going to miss something.
So now they've made it a manageable 3rd down and 2 for the Vikings 16-yard line. Stefanski this time up under center. He's got the power backs. Quick give up the middle. Nope. Yep, it is Miller, I believe, number 4. I fell for the fake.
And they're going to move the chains again.
All right. So Cole Flint with the tackle. And now it is, well, 1st down and goal from the 10. The nose of the ball is just touching that 10-yard line. I want to say, okay, so they got the ball at 8:58, Cam. So right now they're going on 7 minutes.
Yeah, this is a long drive, and like I said, the time of possession is going to be big in this game.
Stefanski takes a look at the defense. He'll give it left to Cade Foster. Foster's got a nice cutback, and he's inside the 5 all the way down to the 3. Daniel Gray and also Dakota Simerson on the tackle. Looks like they're running wide mostly, Cam, and trying to spread that defense and then making the cutbacks.
They are. And, once we're within the 5-yard line, it is tough for the offense to score down here because you have a shortened field. But this is a versatile offense. They can run and pass the ball. So it'll be interesting to see the play call here.
Stefanski this time will come up under center. Watch for that quarterback keeper. He'll give it to the back, Foster, and he'll rumble into the end zone for a touchdown, Blue Devils. Really not too much hands on him. He went in pretty much untouched.
Almost untouched.
And we'll see if we can get a replay on this and catch some of the blocking. But in the meantime, the Blue Devils will try and kick the extra point with, let's see who we have here. Number 2, that's Joey Kotsko, the junior. And the hold is going to be Ryan Stefanski. Nice snap. The kick is up, and it is nice right down the middle by Kotsko. So it is 7-6 Gaylord on the one of the most impressive drives you're going to see.
Yeah, really nice drive. They chewed up a lot of clock, which in high school you're limited with time. So what did they just chew up? Probably about 7 minutes or so. And we'll see how the Vikings can respond to this.
We getting ready for, see if we got a replay on that. All right, we'll watch the blocking lead block right there, trying to get a number on it, but a great lead block by his, I want to say, one of the fullbacks. It might have been Miller.
Yeah, it looked like they were just running a real power dive up the middle. They had their fullback lead block, which was probably, I didn't see who he blocked, but I'm assuming he got to the 2nd level, probably got one of our linebackers.
Yep.
Which allowed the running back to scoot in there.
All right, I want to mention our crew tonight. We have Wyatt Van Dynen is our director, along with replay and graphics, Gabby Long. Our Caden Darrow is down on the field with one of the camera, and we have Tanson Howard and Aiden Johnson up here to my left and doing a great job here. Big crowd here in Cadillac. Stefanski will kick it off for the Blue Devils. Back deep is Barshevsky. Colin Johnson, nice kick. going to go over to Matthew Green. He will knock it out of bounds at the 10, so the Vikings are going to be kind of pinned back deep right at the 10-yard line with 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. The Blue Devils with a 7-6 lead and 2 impressive drives by both teams. Cadillac was a little bit quicker, but man, a 7-minute just mowed up the time on that.
Yeah, we're almost done with the first quarter, and each offense has only touched the ball once.
Yep. Pretty clean game. There's been a couple penalties, no turnovers. We'll see how the Vikings do now, and as they are 90 yards away from pay dirt. Nope, we've got big hit there on number 12. That's Julian Lamond taking the snap for the Vikings, so not sure if that's just if something is wrong with Tip or just trying to give him a different look, Cam.
Yeah, I didn't see Tip come out on an injury or anything.
No.
But that was a great defensive play. Nice tackle.
So it'll be 2nd down and 7. The clock is running under a minute to go here in the first quarter. And Lamont will also take this snap. So something obviously going on with Baker. Lamont up the middle. The pile is going to move him forward close to the 20 and close to where the sticks are. So it's going to make it a 3rd and real short for the Vikings.
And I'm looking around. I'm not even seeing 48 on the sideline. Am I missing him somewhere?
I'm doing the same thing, looking for the number on the sideline. I do not see him. I am looking to see if maybe he is lining up in a different position, which I do not see either. Barshevsky will start in motion. They've got Colin Johnson, the freshman, in the backfield also, along with Noah Cochran, number 20. He's in motion. The keeper is to Lamont. Lamont's got the first down, and then met right there by a couple Blue Devils.
Well, they're going to move the chains on this play.
It's a nice play by Lamont to get that first down.
And this is the same type of outside veer option that they did on the first drive. It looks like Gaylord may have made a little adjustment. They're getting that linebacker over there quicker to make that tackle.
All right, that is the end of the first quarter with your score, the Gaylord Blue Devils 7 and the Cadillac Vikings 6. Cam Selleck and I will be back in just a moment with second quarter action. You are watching high school football action on 26 Sports and CCTV.